they thought it would cost per month is less than what we really have, which is actually a large amount of number. We're gonna go through it. So I'm gonna go through it real quick with you guys. So for apartment, for one bedroom apartment, we say it's 1,318, and we got this information from Living Wage Calculator, which is a website you could go in and plug in, you know, your area, your region, or your living status, and it'll tell you how much it costs per month in that area. So 1,318. Do you think that's, what do you guys think? That's true? What do you think?
I think it's over.
You think it's too much? One bedroom? Okay. Well, honestly, I know, for me, I do not think this is too much. I know that one bedroom, now if you would really get one bedroom, like go out there, not through NYCHA with the public housing or Section 8. Again, you want to be independent. You want to be not having to depend on the government. So with that being said, it costs a lot. I'm 23 and I live with my mom. Not because I want to live with her, because honestly, I would like to have my own place, but it's because I can't afford it. Being a teen parent and having a child, I can't afford 1,318. Food for one child and one adult. We have $397. And that's pretty low for some people, because I know people who like to eat steak and shrimp and the expensive type of meals, but sometimes you just got something for chicken, and chicken today, tomorrow, and the day after. And $397 is pretty cheap because a baby can of Enfamil is like $15. And that goes through like 4 days, 3 days. My son used to go through that easy. $15 every time. So when you think about it, it adds up. Childcare. Wait, hold on. Oh, all right. How many guys? How much do you think it costs on average a month for childcare, daycare, licensed daycare? Somebody yell out numbers. $250. $250.
But don't it depend on how many like hours the baby stay there?
Okay, I'm a full-time worker. I work from 9 to 5. My child needs to be in daycare from 7.
No, how old is
8 to 6. Yeah, that's true, but it's on average. Just tell me a number.
400. 400.
Okay, and those are on the lower side. According to living wage, it's about $572. And this is very cheap. And mind you, and sometimes we don't think about it. I never thought about this because I didn't think about the diapers I had to provide for my son. The daycares, they're not providing that $15, that 15 can of Enfamil if your baby's a baby. In Park Slope, it's like $1,200 for childcare for like 3 days. So, yes, some daycares, it can be very expensive, you know. And you gotta consider what this daycare has to offer. You want to put your child in a daycare where they do learn and not just sit down in front of TV, or, you know, they're not grasping anything. You want to be somewhere where, you know, they grow, you know, they get to interact, they have toys, they interact with other kids around their age, they get to speak, learn their ABCs, and this is what daycares offer. I don't want my mother to watch my son because more likely she'll probably have him in front of TV, and that's not what he needs as a child. So daycare is very expensive and it's very important, so it's a necessity, and it's $572 on average. Transportation, gas, MetroCard, taxis, we round off to $397 again, because yes, a MetroCard, you say, oh, I could get a limited MetroCard, $104. What if your child is sick? When my son was a month old, he got sick with meningitis. I had to take a cab. I live in East New York. I took a cab to Kings County Hospital. And cabs cost a lot of money. So taking cabs back and forth with a baby, you know, when a baby's born, you want to take the train with them because a lot of germs, people are not that nice to you to make you have a seat with the baby if you need to hold the baby, you know. So transportation is very expensive as well. Necessities. Now wait. Necessities includes diapers, toiletries, right? Cleaning products for the house. Did you know babies use a different detergent than adults? And their detergent is probably more expensive than ours. So you gotta think about all that. You're doing laundry every 2 weeks, every week, however. According to us, it's about $400. All right? Utilities, cable, phone, internet, electricity. Most likely the child's in daycare, the parents at work, so we have $237, you know, and that could be higher. I know for my son, he's now playing Call of Duty. He likes playing games. Try to be like, I limit it, but he's very interested in these things. So I just let him know, you know, I mean, I want to go outside and do those things, but he plays games and the electric bill will be higher than $237 for us. Now miscellaneous is clothes, toys, fun activities, luxury items. You know how much sneakers cost for girls, your hair, you know, the guys get their clothes and gears and jewelry and the video games, $60 for a video game. Total per month is $800. So, yes, and it's very true. Clothes, toys, and it's very expensive. Very expensive. So, the total cost per month for a single parent to raise one child around newborn to 3 months in New York City is $4,102. So what we do with the students, we ask them, what could you do to make sure you accomplish this right here? What could you do as an individual to make sure you could do this? Get a job. How could you get, what else? Finish school. Definitely finish school, because honestly, every day I struggle to accomplish my bachelor's degree and be a full-time mom and be a full-time employee, and that makes it very difficult for me. I actually stopped going to school for this semester because I noticed that my son was getting older and I didn't have time for him, and he told me I needed to support him more. So I felt bad as a parent, and his father lives all the way in the Caribbean, so by myself, and it's hard for me. So it's definitely important to, definitely finish school, be stable, go to college, travel, explore your life, know who you are first before having a child. Now we're going to go into this sheet. We give this sheet, it's basically the facts about child support, I'm going to answer the first one for you. In New York State, both parents are required by law to support their child until the age of 18. Is that fact or fiction? Fact? Fiction? So the person will say fiction. Why is it fiction?
Wait, hold on. Wait, what was the question?
In New York State, both parents, number one, are required by law to support their child to the age of 18.
Oh. We have to use them until they're going to finish college.
You're close. So not 18, it's not 18, it's 21. So I got to take care of my child to the age of 21. And if he goes to school, 23. And child support could be included in that if I was to pay child support, because keep in mind, the non-custodial parent, which in terms of, the non-custodial parent is a parent who does not live with a child, but is still as responsible as a custodial parent. And if I was paying child support, I would have to pay until the child turned 21. If they're in college, 23 or so forth. So this is realistic. This is really real. I'm going to go through another one. Number 5. Let's just skip to number 5 because of time. Answer this. If a teen parent can't financially support his or her baby, then the parents of the teen are legally responsible for the baby.
True.
True? That is a fit. That's not true. It's false. If you can't take care of your child, it doesn't automatically become your parents' responsibility. You're responsible for this child. You got to find a way. It's either you got to get a job, you had to give up school. Yes.
Okay, so, cause my best friend, her brother got a girl pregnant, and I remember her mom got mad because they started to dock her check because they were like, because when the baby was born, like, I guess they took them to court for child support and they began to dock her check for the child.
Well, probably in that situation, I'm not sure if his mother or the mother is the legal parent, but that's not really supposed to be the case because the parent's not responsible for that. But unless, custody was granted over to the grandparents, then that could happen, yeah, more likely. But more likely that's not the case. As a teen parent, you're responsible. It's not my mother's responsibility. Because if my mother decided to walk away, she could do that. And if I'm stuck with my child, I'm just stuck with my son. I got to figure out a way. Like, I know that we had situations where we had a pre-educator who was 16, 17 paying child support. So it's not your parents' responsibility. It's definitely your responsibility once you become a teen parent. So these are just examples of what we do. And we ended off with our last session 4, understanding healthy relationships. Sometimes, I know for me, I fabricated my relationship, and even though it had unhealthy elements, I shed light on what I hoped the relationship could turn out to be. Me and my child father were together when I was 12, going on 13. I found out I was pregnant when I was 15, gave birth when I was 16. So I had about 2-3 years to know my child father, but I didn't really know him. And even after my son, our relationship got worse. A child didn't make the relationship any better. He didn't change. I just had to be more responsible than ever. So we started with that, and what we asked is, so session 4, stress the importance of being in a healthy committed relationship before having a child. We explore the aspects of sample relationships, to determine whether that relationship is healthy enough to bring a child into that. And the first question we asked is, what is a healthy relationship? Here's a question. If you could bring a child to this world under the ideal conditions, right? What type of characteristics you would like your partner to have before bringing that child into that relationship? So tell me some things. What would you like that person to be? Responsible, supportive. You want to be able to trust the person, okay? Honesty, we say maturity, and we just tell them. So they tell us. The students tell us all these different feedback. And we also give them the different types that we think is important to have in a healthy relationship. Equality is very important. maturity. And we don't say mature like you gotta be serious all the time. That's not maturity. We don't say that's maturity. To know that there's a time and place for everything. You know, sometimes you gotta be responsible and know that, okay, well, maybe you cannot go to that game because your child needs to go to this doctor's appointment. Or maybe you had to skip, you know, your basketball game or your video to go watch a video or movie because you gotta go to my son's football game or so forth. So being a parent, you gotta be responsible, and if you don't have these qualities first, bringing a child into it would not make it better. Because if you lack good communication or honesty or respect, especially respect, if a relationship lacks that, what makes it any better to bring a child to that situation? So we definitely explore that, and we talk about the different types of abuse. Relationship abuse, we defined it. Any behavior that's aimed at gaining or retaining power and control of another person. The person could be male or female. Girls abuse guys, guys abuse girls. It's not healthy. We talk about warning signs, right? Warning signs. Most times in a relationship, you don't know the different signs. Like you're not sure if you're in an unhealthy relationship because they love you, but then again, you find they're not that honest, or they're mature, you know. So we talk about warning signs, and basically it's behaviors in a relationship that are potentially abusive and are cause for concern. These behaviors are unhealthy and send up red flags. So there are 6 different types of abuse. We go through each of them. Physical abuse. Physical abuse consists of biting, kicking, punching, spitting. Those are not healthy. Spitting is disgusting, you know. Why would you want to be in a relationship with somebody who does these things to you? Cyber abuse. Y'all know about cyber abuse? You ever heard of cyber abuse?
Yeah. Facebook.
Online, posting like, you know, messages, rumors, hate mails, threats. I know that, you know, you send a picture to your boyfriend, or a boy sent a picture to his girlfriend, and you start showing your friend, like, you see what she? That's cyber abuse. You know, financial abuse. Financial abuse is serious. I think I actually was faced with financial abuse. I never noticed it at the time. My child father used to get upset sometimes and like will argue with me before I go to work. That's financial abuse, because if I don't make it to work on time, after a period of time, I might lose my job. And how am I going to be able to provide for my son? So financial abuse consists of cutting up credit cards, prohibiting someone to go to work, gold digging, forcing somebody into pornography, prostitution. Those are human trafficking. Those are financial abuse. Pimps are financially abusing people. Right? Verbal abuse. Verbal abuse consists of cursing, humiliating, blaming. You know, these are all types of verbal abuse, and it's not healthy. Yelling, screaming. You know, it's uncalled for. Nobody deserves this type of abuse. No one. Emotional abuse is basically all these things tied to emotional abuse, right? Because it might be affected by physically, you'll feel emotionally abused. Cyber, you'll be emotionally abused. Verbal, emotionally abused. Financial. And sexual, you know what sexual abuse is, right? Somebody rape. What else? Any forms of sexual abuse you know of? Huh? Molesting. Okay, that's definitely one. How about refusing to use protection?
Yeah.
That's sexual abuse. And then it could be financial abuse, because what happens if you get pregnant? Now you have a child. Now you're financially responsible for this child. You're physically drained by that, you know. So sexual abuse can tie into a lot of things, and not using protection is a form of sexual abuse, you know. So this is something we go over, and the next slide is, what about you? We talk about what about me, what everybody deserves and needs in their life, you know, respect, something that, after going through all this activity, what's something that you would not accept? You know, since you love and respect yourself. By show of hands, how many of you guys love and respect yourself? Okay, so what's something that you would not accept if you love and respect yourself? Somebody tell me. This one. Cheating, okay. Degrading. Disrespect. Joe, what do you say?
I wouldn't accept any like physical abuse.
Yes. So I won't accept any name calling. Call me by my name. I have a name, you know, treat me as such. Treat others like you want yourself to be treated. So we definitely talk about what about you, and we ended off with picture your future. So the students tell us, you know, what things they want to accomplish in life, and we ended up that way. We definitely give resources to the different health clinics that they could go to protect themselves. We want you guys to know that adolescents have the right to sexual health services without getting permission from their parents, girlfriend, boyfriend, and so forth. These are all here for you guys in the different clinics around the area. And with that being said, did you know, let's give you some facts before we go. Did you know that nearly 80% of teen parents do not stay together, let alone get married? Joseph, are you with your child mother?
No.
And neither am I. So I didn't plan that. I wish I could be with him, but we're not. Did you know children of teen parents, these are our peer educators too. We're going to see everybody who we work with. Children of teen parents are 50% more likely to repeat a grade and are less likely to graduate from high school.